Well, hello, model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Ral, and this week we're working on my '68 Coronet RT convertible from MPC here, and this is the brand new release. Came out a month or so ago, and I've kind of been working on it, but as you can see, I've got it painted red here, and I'm ready to put the stripe on. I've just kind of been working on and off of this kit, and it's just need to get the decals on, and I'm ready to clear it, but I've had a number of you ask about how to put the decals on this one because they're kind of a weird arrangement. So I figured I would do that, but I was going over a couple of things and checking some things out. There's directions on the back here, but there's nothing about whether or not these decals are compatible with the setting solution. I haven't really had any issues with any of the recent decals or models, but this doesn't say. Of course, this side of the bag says it's a choking hazard. Keep away from babies and children as far as the bag goes. And then same thing with the instructions here. There's nothing that says anything about whether or not they're compatible with decal setting solution. But on here, even on the pages where the decals are, it really doesn't explain much of anything. It just points them out and kind of gives you an idea. So we'll put them on and we'll see how they actually fit, because I got a pretty good idea, but I haven't actually done it on this one. And there's really not much to this one, since, here's the decals. Now they give you the piece that goes across the top, and this should just fit straight across the top, maybe go down a little bit on the sides. And then these are the sides. Now they are extra long, and they have the Super B logo because the show car that this represents had the Super B logo on it. And the convertible actually doesn't, as far as the Coronet RT. So they're giving you both, but you can see these decals, they're kind of cut in an angle, so it looks like you can just flip them upside down and right side up, and that's how I interpreted it. And you can use the side without the Super B and roll it up underneath, or just trim it off. And I'm probably gonna trim it off on this one, but I'm gonna do the black on the red, of course, and then I'll end up doing a couple of the RT emblems here. So just to get started here, I'm just gonna cut all of them loose, since they're so close together on this particular decal sheet. I like these flowers with the performance logos and Scat Back B and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of funny, kind of groovy, but I got a kick out of that. So we'll put what I'm not using up here. Now these look like they're already pre-trimmed really close. The directions tell you to trim them as close as you can to get them really close, but it looks like they're already like that. So we'll start with the center piece and see where that ends up and how wide that actually is. Meanwhile, we'll get these ones ready. So that's already really, really close. So, and it looks like this will just go like that right on the side and then curl under. But we'll put this piece on after we get this other piece. But with the box arts and everything, you can see it goes pretty close. And matter of fact, the angle of this looks like this is actually this side. Yeah. So if you don't want the Super B logo, this looks like that's going to be the driver's side and that's going to be the passenger side. But we'll get it close first, and we'll see how quickly it releases. I think it'll release fairly quickly. Meanwhile, let's get some of these RT emblems loose. Just using my X-Acto knife to cut through it, so I can just get these two out without cutting up the entire sheet. No real reason for that, it's just the way I was doing it. So there, because those are going to go right here. They give you a whole bunch of them. There's one more back here, but doesn't look like that's going to fit over that. And then I got to foil and paint some of that anyway, but I'll do that after clear. So I'll put these away for now. All right, let's see if it's not loose yet. Yep, it's already loose. So I like to just get a little bit of water, across the back here kind of help, and I'll squeegee it out. Okay, you can see that as soon as it wraps on the side, it goes this way. So I think I got it on backwards. So I'll just turn it around. Still doing it, so, and it does it even more that direction. Let's see. All right, so definitely a little extra, so let's see about trimming it. See, I might be asking for a bit much here, but let's... Was that a good idea? I don't know. All right, much closer to the edge there, as you can see. All right, and I got a Q-tip here to help settle it down. Push the water out from under it. And see where I'm at. Just using a Q-tip to push it down into the crevice. All right, there we are. Fairly straight, but not really. This needs to come up some on this side. I'm not putting any setting solution on it yet. I'm just working it to where I want it, get it lined up and where I think it looks good. Kind of eyeballing the marker light to there, getting it level. All right, so I'm liking that. So now let's trim this like right above the Super Bee here a little bit. Should be long enough and give me a little bit to curl under. So we'll get that side wet, and we'll do the same to this side. Just right above the Super Bee. And just dry this as much as I can, as I don't want this to move as much anymore. I'm pretty happy with where it's at, but I still don't have any setting solution on it so that I can still move it, but I'll have to wet it to help move it. Okay. It released real quickly, so yep, it's already loose. There's the taper. Get it up a little over to where it kind of overlaps a little bit. And then just tweak it, move it just a little bit here, a little there. Get it to line up. Just a little patience here. And I just have a little bit to curl under here. So that's very close. And let's try that side. I'm just using a Q-tip to push it over the side here and get it to overlap the other one ever so gently and barely noticeable. This one's a little higher on this side, so pull it down just a little bit, which will give me more to overlap here because it was really tight. And curl it back over. Okay, I'm really liking where that's sitting. That's not wanting to overlap very well. It's really close to the edge, but the setting solution will do that. But let's do these two RT emblems. Get the solution ready. This is my handy dandy vintage red brush. Came in some of the kits. Some of those ones that came with paint, that's where this came from. So it's really old, but I pretty much only use it for setting solutions. This never really had any other chemicals on it. I don't know why I do that. I just started doing that and then didn't have to worry about it. All right, so here's an RT emblem. Then my toothpick to help position it. And it doesn't quite match up to the molded in one. So it might be a better idea to sand it off if you're going to use the decal ones. I'm just going to leave it. Huh, flipped over. Can't say I've had one flip over before. That's a new one. I just dabbed right next to it so it soaks up the water and sucks it down. Line that up. All right. Get it on the back side here to help it curl itself under. Make sure I get it over the seam here so it helps suck it down in there. And the trunk hinge area. I'll use the bristles to help push it down. Kind of one of the other reasons I like this brush for this. It's got firm bristles, but not too firm, and it helps do that. All right, so this one's already started to curl under without me really doing anything. Starting to work. All right, now let's do these. I'm just dabbing the extra. So I've had some times where the setting solution will kind of etch into the paint too. And if you have too much of it on the decal sometime in spots, it'll actually mess up the decal as well. So any of the bubbles that are sitting here, just push them out with this. And it's creating a couple here and there that I can see. So this is the point where I got it where I want it. I got the setting solution on it. It's starting to do its thing. And I'm going to let it do its thing, let it sit. So we're going to let that sit and do its thing and finish this up a little bit. Okay, it's been a couple of minutes or so. Just checking it. Just pushing them kind of down a little bit with this. The setting solution has definitely been working. One side's definitely curled under. The other side. I'll stick it with my finger. Let's see this. All right, so it's definitely all stuck. Just need to make sure it dries, and I'll clean everything all off before it gets clear coated. You can see right there, it's still kind of pulling up a little bit. So with my Q-tip, I can push the bubbles out of it. Get some more setting solution on there to help pull that in. So just got a couple areas. Those are looking really good. But I'll get a little bit more on these to help them settle down. Okay. Just putting some more on where it sucks it into the trunk hinge. Not hinge, but the trunk gap area. And then some more right here. And let it do some more of its stuff here. So, and some more time just to be patient, let it do its thing. But they're pretty much on and trimmed and everything. And these, I'm going to keep these. They've got the B's in both directions, where a lot of my Revell 69 Super B's don't. They have them in the one direction. So maybe I can use these on one of those. I know the latest kits, they corrected that, but I don't have the latest ones. But, you know, it's always good to have spare decals. But I'm going to continue on with this one and let it do its thing. But that's pretty much, you know, the way to do it. I know it may not be as easy as it was, and you know, freehanding it with scissors kind of risky there. But maybe check before you take it off the decal paper, which I didn't do. But I didn't like the way it was rolling over and then going forward, so that's why I did that, and I got it really, really close to the edge. But yeah, that was a bit risky. But you know, I chalk that up to kind of experience there. So be careful doing something like that. But anyway, I hope this helps and answer a lot of questions on how to apply these, because I've been getting a few questions on that, and I've seen others online. So it would have been kind of nice to do it all in one shot, but sometimes it doesn't roll, it goes sideways. So I like how it's turning out. I like where they laid out, and it looks like it matches side to side. So I'm just going to leave it and not touch it and make it any worse. Sometimes, you know, that's how it is. You get it right where it is, and I start playing with it and mess it up. But anyway, I hope that helps and everything. So you guys, thank you for tuning in, subscribing, and all your comments and everything. And also, if you guys are looking for one of these, check Hobby Nut Models. They're a sponsor, and maybe they, you know, still have some in stock or not. But thank you for tuning in and subscribing. I really do appreciate it. You guys, you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next Saturday.